Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? Welcome back for another video in today's channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my Wealthsimple Trade TFSA. I'm going to show you guys what stocks I hold. I'm going to show you guys what stocks I've been buying today. I'll show you guys the dividend, and I'll give you guys an update on the return of our portfolio since we first started investing. Like usual, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more weekly updates as I do these portfolio updates. And if you guys want to support the channel in today's video, you guys can check out the description of today's video. There's two links there. The first link is to Wealthsimple Trade. You guys can click on the link there, sign up, download the app here, install the app, and make any deposit into any Wealthsimple account. You guys will get $25 in free cash. It's a great way to support the channel. Check out the referral link. You guys can use my referral link in the description of today's video. There's also a link to Blossom Social you guys can click on, and Blossom Social is an app I've been using to showcase my portfolio. It's a social media app with all kinds of great investors, and I met a lot of cool people on there. You guys can see all my stocks, you guys can see my social updates, and you can see all kinds of other cool creators here on Blossom Social. It's a free app to install and set up. Takes like literally 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes to sign up. It's completely free to use, and I'm sure you guys will love it. Lots of great content on there, so definitely check it out if you guys want to be engaged with the community and learn more about investing. There's 80,000 people we've grown Blossom Social to be, and it's a great app with tons of great reviews, so definitely check it out. So we'll start things off by doing a quick little overview of the markets here. So I brought up the heat map for the S&P 500. Now I buy the S&P 500 in the form of VFV. That's the ETF that I use. We can see year to date for the past 7 days. We literally just started the new year, but I put year to date. We can see that it's up 0.76%, so not too much happening there. The 1 year return of VFV is up 22%, so it was a pretty good year last year. So it would be interesting to see if the US markets hit another good year this year or if things kind of balance out a little bit. Do keep in mind that 2022 was quite a negative year in the US markets. But if you go back to the heat map, we can see kind of the stocks inside the S&P 500, which are really starting to kind of bringing things up. Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook, some of the more techy ones, as well as some of the pharmaceutical ones, look like they're kind of like the ones that are bringing up most of the returns to the start of the new year. And we could go, of course, for the 30-day return and kind of see what's really been happening. So overall, you know, we've seen the US markets kind of, as well as the Canadian markets, jump up quite a bit over the past month or so. Towards the end of last year and the beginning of the new year, we'll take a quick little peek at the TSX, since it's going to be a little bit differently. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here, so hopefully you guys can see everything here. Once again, the biggest things we can see going up is going to be energy sectors, as well as financials, and a little bit of the consumer or software stocks, up here, like Shopify and different information technology services and stuff like that are doing pretty good actually. Communication services are doing all right, and that's pretty much it here. Let's go over the past 30 days, and we can see that over the past 30 days, year end of last year and the beginning of this year, we did see a nice little recovery, a nice little jump up in some of the banks, BMO and RBC kind of, and even CIBC doing the most. Manulife, we see Shopify again up there. Some of the railroads recovered, as well as some of these energy stocks. So we did see a nice little jump up towards the end of the year. And just a quick little market update for what's going on in the markets today. But of course, it's the beginning of the new year, so we got to wait and see what happens. Before we go any further, I'll do a quick little update on my own personal portfolio on Wealthsimple Trades. This will just be a quick little update because I do have some other stuff I want to show you guys today towards the end of the video, because I did make some changes last week that I will update here. But anyways, we have almost $126,000 inside the portfolio. I think that's a bit of a gain from last week. Once again, I'm going to try and get in the habit of doing these weekly updates again, so you guys can see how things go. Here's our non-registered account here on Wealthsimple. This is a non-registered account. We did take all this money out in a last week's update, and I will be posting you guys an update this week showing you guys what stocks I bought. And I did do that video last week, so it'll be a couple days ago. I think it was like Thursday, Friday. So that will go through here. But before we do that, I'll give you guys a quick little update. Now, I do have some money coming in here because every time I get a referral from Wealthsimple Trade, I do put the money in the personal account because I can't put it in my TFSA, and I'm not too sure if I can put it into my RRSP, so that's something I'm going to have to figure out. So for now, I'll just take that money out and keep withdrawing it for now, and then put it into the RSP, or I'll put it in my fiance's TFSA or something like that. I'm not too sure, but because we are starting to begin the new year and our RRSP deadlines are kind of coming up, I might put some more money in my RRSP just to kind of lower my taxes I have to pay going towards tax season, but we'll kind of see how things go. The RSP account is doing okay. It's up 6%. This is much more focused on Canadian growth and dividend stocks. Haven't really done much of it lately. I did start it last year, but we're slowly kind of been putting things away and kind of growing it over time. The biggest stocks here are going to be Couche-Tard and as well as CNR, actually, surprisingly. Like I said, the railroads did kind of come back towards the end of the year, and Dollarama is doing okay, and the banks in CNQ are doing okay too as well, but those are the big ones inside the RRSP. And if we go inside the TFSA, Here's the returns here. So the 1-day return today is about 0%. So I think the US markets are up and the Canadian markets are down. The 1 week return is 1%. 1 month return is up 3%. Like I said, we did see a bit of a bounce back towards the end of the year. So that's about $3,000. The 3 month return is up 8%, $9,000. Because most of this portfolio is US focused. We did get some nice gains last year. And of course, 1 year return is 14% gain. It's about $15,000. So it's done quite well. And if we go all time inside this particular TFSA, it is up 22%. That's $23,000 of tax-free income. So that's pretty sweet. Going down here, we have some other stocks. I mentioned I am going to be selling AQN. I'll probably do that next week. I do have some dividends here. I got $437 apparently in dividends I got paid today. I think that's from the big ETFs. I'll do an update on that as well. But I'll probably just be putting these back inside the ETFs and whatnot. I'm not really buying any single stocks at the moment because I don't know exactly what I want to buy inside these portfolios. If I do buy single stocks, they'll be like Couche-Tard or TD or something really simple and easy. But I'm not too sure exactly how I'm going to structure the TFSA and some of the other accounts going forward towards the end of the year. So I'm just kind of keeping things simple, put it into the ETFs, keep it basic for now until I decide what I'm going to do. And while we're here, I guess we'll take a quick little peek at the activity tab and I'll show you guys what I got for dividends here. So let's go dividends. We'll put this through and we can see we got $201 dividend from VFE. That would have been yesterday, but of course it's always a day delayed with Wealthsimple trades, so that just kind of happens. So $201, HYLD paid us $115, BDY paid us $113, and then some more payments in our other accounts from HDIV, HYLD, and then a VDY as well from our non-registered accounts. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We got the old ones from CNQ and whatnot, but already starting to rack up the dividends. That's like what, 400-ish dividends. I haven't taken a peek at my fiance's account yet, but there'll be dividends in there as well. But just a quick little update on the dividends here, so you guys can see that that money's rolling in, and of course we'll reinvest that and put that back inside the stocks that we hold. And at point this time in the video, I will give you guys an update on my what I did with my personal account. So we'll jump inside that video. This will be a quick little snippet from last year where I showed you guys I basically took the money out of my personal account, I sold it all, and I moved it inside my TFSA. And I'm going to show you guys what stocks I bought inside my TFSA. Just simple ETFs. I didn't do anything crazy, but nonetheless, I wanted to show you guys to keep you guys updated and document the process so you guys can see how I did it. Alright, so in this part of the video, I want to do a quick little recap of what I've done with the $7,000 I took out of my personal account. If you guys remember last week, I basically took money out of my personal account. I sold off pretty much all the holdings and I put it inside my TFSA to max out our TFSA for this year. The TFSA contribution room for 2024 is $7,000, but you can also use previous year's contribution rooms as well if you didn't use them. So I have my TFSA maxed out last year, so the only room I get this year is $7,000. So I took my personal account because I had it in there and I transferred it into the TFSA. I did get a couple questions asking me why I did that. Well, the reason why I want to do that is because I don't want to have any gains be taxed. You know, I only made the personal account because I basically ran out of room last year. So this year, now with the new year coming up, we're going to sell the personal account, take the $7,000 from there, throw it into this TFSA, and then I'll be focusing on my own RRSP and my fiance's TFSA as well. And then that way we're kind of doing a little mix of everything, but we're being tax efficient here. So we have $7,000 I'm going to invest in today. And in the next couple weeks, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be cleaning up my own TFSA as well. So some of these stocks, these individual stock holdings, I'm going to clean up a little bit, and the TFSA is going to be a little bit more of a simpler, basic portfolio. Since I don't really do a lot on this channel, I don't cover a lot on the TFSA. I don't do a lot of buying and selling within it, so I'm going to try to keep the TFSA pretty simple, and then maybe in my RRSP I'll kind of do more my individual stocks that I'm buying more for the long term and stuff. But I will hold a few stocks in here as well. But just one thing I wanted to point out, so we'll be cleaning up a few stocks here inside the TFSA, but nonetheless this $7,000 is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to put it into the ETFs. So my biggest holdings are going to be VFE and VDY. I use VFB for the S&P 500 for my exposure to the American markets. It's done very well for me. It's one of my best performing ETFs. So we're going to put, I think I hold about 60%, 55 to 60% of VFB inside my portfolio. Now with a big deposit like this, it can mess things up, but that's normal. That just kind of happens here, and we'll just rebalance as we go kind of thing. So I'm going to probably put half of it into VFE. We'll go through, I'm going to do these trades really quickly so you guys can kind of watch me do them here. But we'll just go through really quickly today. I'm not really too concerned about what the price of anything is. We don't want 3,000 shares. We want $3,000. I'm going to put this through here really quickly, and that'll be my shares for VFB. Put that through, and then we're probably going to buy about, I would say about, let's go back in here. Probably put about, we have $4,000 left. I'm going to put about $2,000 or $3,000 into VDY, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put like maybe 2,000. Let's put $3,000 into VDY. Then that way it's pretty simple. And again, we can rebalance this as we go. I'm not really too concerned about that. As we get our dividends or distributions, we'll just rebalance the portfolio. But these are always going to be the two biggest holdings that I have inside my portfolio. So I always just kind of invest into them when I have nothing else to buy for the day. And I did take a peek at the markets today, and it doesn't seem to be much going on. It's pretty basic. And if you guys are watching this little segment is going to be added onto next week's video. So I'm actually recording this on January 5th. When you guys watch next week's video, this is going to be done in the past, but I wanted to film this so you guys know what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, and I didn't want to kind of wait till next week to invest my money. So this little segment is going to be in the past, but when you go jump into the next part of the video or return to today's weekly update, it'll just be more, it'll go back to the day that you guys are currently watching it on. So hopefully that's not confusing you guys, but we're going back in time for this part of the video. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Once again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. But we have $1,000 here. Now we could put the $1,000 in between some of our individual stocks. So I could buy some ATD, some Couche-Tard. It's one of my favorite stocks. I'm going to put a little bit into there. Let's put about $300 into that. And then what I'm going to do, because that is a stock I'm going to keep inside my TFSA for sure. I might add another 1 or 2 growth stocks. We're probably going to sell AQN at some point. Like I mentioned, that'll probably be next week's video or the week after. But it will happen on one of the videos. $700 we have left over. I'm probably just going to put this into some of my covered calls, and that's going to kind of finish up the buying and selling part of this video. So I'm going to buy about maybe, I'll put about like maybe, let's put like $150 into each one. So 150, 300, 450, that's pretty much there. Or you could go 200. Let's put 200 into each one. So we'll go 200 into HYLD for some passive income. Put those through in there. And they're pretty small holdings inside my TFSA. I think HDIV was the next one. We'll put another $200. Let's put 250 for HDIV because I don't hold a lot of HDIV, and it's actually one of the better performing covered call ETFs. HDIV has actually has performed quite well if you look it up, total return. And the last little bit, we're going to put in FTN. We're going to put about, let's put about 150. I don't want to put too much into FTN. We'll put that in there, and that'll give us passive income. And a lot of the financial stocks are still pushed down, so we might see a little bit of a gain from that as well once the recovery happens. If it happens this year, I think Canadian markets are going to do well this year. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. So we got left over $84. I'm just going to stick this into VFV, and that'll be my fractional buy of $84. And that's basically just a quick little update on what I did with my money from my personal account. Once again, I'm not too concerned about the allocations because we'll go throughout the year and we will adjust things as we go. But yeah, that's it for this video. So let's jump back into the present day. But I just wanted to show you guys what I did with all that $7,000 that I sold from my personal account and what I put into my TFSA. Just keep things nice and simple and just keep doing what we're doing. And here's a quick little update on the Wealthsimple Portfolio that shows us all the stocks that we hold, all of our accounts together. Just once again, just gonna be a quick little update this week. I'm not doing a big thorough update like I usually do on this channel, but we have $153,000, almost $154,000 in total. I think that's a new high from our portfolio. It's pretty crazy. But of course, this is all of our accounts together, and I don't think I showed you guys my fiance's accounts in this week, but we'll do that next week. I just want to do a quick little update this week. But here's the different accounts, here's the different stocks I hold, here's the different all-time returns. You'll notice that since I sold the holdings in my personal account, some of these percentages have gone up, and that's because the personal account was started later on. It was started like a year and a half after the TFSA, and some of those stocks I bought at higher prices. Now I did get an overall return from the personal account. If we go back to Wealthsimple Trade, we can see that we were up about $1,000 or so inside the personal account. So when I sold, I did get net gain, but because I sold a lot of individual stocks and some other stocks I bought at higher prices, now that they're gone outside my portfolio, Wealthsimple is not reporting them. So you'll see a big increase in some of these other holdings that I have. Most notably, we can see ones like HYLD bumped up a little bit to 13%. Couche-Tard went up a little bit, but TD went up a lot because I bought a lot of TD in my TFSA during the pandemic in 2020. So you can see kind of more the TFSA is going to be influenced here inside this update here. And then we can see the other stocks here going downward. Once again, here's AQN. Because we sold out a little bit of AQN we had in the personal account, it should look better, but I am going to eventually be getting rid of that. Once again, probably next week. And then some other stocks here. So once again, guys, if you guys want to see all these stocks, you guys want to dive inside my portfolio, you want to see like the dividends, the yields, all that kind of stuff, you guys can see it on Blossom Social. Once again, check the link in the description of the video. And thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like usual, take care. Hope you guys have yourself a good week. Hope you guys don't have too much snow. We got a lot of snow here, so we've been busy shoveling. But the weather actually hasn't been too bad. It's been pretty warm, so we can't really complain. But nonetheless, hope you guys are enjoying your winter. Hope you guys are enjoying the new year. I hope you guys are working hard and keeping at it. So anyways, take care guys. Hope you guys have yourself a good week, and I'll see you guys later.